All right, y'all. Welcome to Talks with DP. Special guest today is Melvin, aka Jaws Steele. He is my cousin, older cousin. And Cuzzo, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Let them know anything you want to, to inform them about projects, anything, you know what I'm saying? The floor is all yours.
So guys, it's your boy Jaws, creator of my own project, Jaws Studio. I got some projects lined up. It's called There's No Escape. Still working on it, but I will make sure to send you trailers and if you have any ideas of what kind of skits or movies you want me to make, let me know and I'll make sure to get to them and hopefully I can entertain you all and get to all of you at once and help make my movies more better and get your feedback and everything else.
Y'all heard him. Y'all heard him. So definitely, support, the family. I support him. We gonna actually do some work together. So, even if it's just me and him, we got my cousin is supposed to also be doing it too, man. If you seeing this, cuzzo, get it together, man. Come on, my man. We trying to make magic here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
Slacker.
Slacker. You heard that? Slacker. You a slacker. But
uh,
nah, man. So, fam, first question I got for you is, um, what is your motivation behind, creating, Jaw Studios? Like, pretty much. So, what is the motivation behind that?
it's crazy because when I watch movies and I play that I love horror games too. And it's like when you play the horror games and you see the storylines, the plot, and then the ending, and then it's like the characters you be. I think some of them you can connect to it. It makes you more feel the game because they doing what they got to do to survive or save their loved ones, and then wherever they battling, it makes it much more exciting. Especially the song, the music. The music is great. And then
Oh,
when I watch horror movies, it's the same thing. Like Halloween, I grew up watching Halloween, Michael Myers. Then the horror because as a kid, Michael Myers always scared the hell out of me. And then it's something about the notes, the music. It gets to me too because he's coming, and it just the way he is. It's like man, the way I you know the way I watch it, and then the way I play the games too. It wants me to do my own projects. And Jaws. It's my nickname. My mom nicknamed me Jaws, and I wanted to make it my own. That's why I say Jaws Studio, and hopefully have
mm.
merchandise of my own. But when it comes to horror, it always horror inspires me, and that's what got me in love with horror. Scary shit.
Definitely, man. Also, man, shout out to your moms, man. Shout out to, family as well. Man, I always say, man, you have to have pretty much, a purpose. And your purpose is in you. You just have to real deal move and action towards be consistent. I struggle with that, trying to build a brand and see what I wanted to do because everything I wanted to do was always deemed as weird or it ain't gonna work, this and that. But them people don't see my dream. They don't see what I do,
Yeah,
what I'm saying, when it's after 12 o'clock. You know what I mean? Me staying up, having to get up to go to class and all the other stuff. You know what I mean? They don't see that stuff. So for them, it's always gonna look at it as weird, because they think the average typical, I get up in the morning, I go to work, clock in all day. I said, that's cool, and that's respect to you. But if you were to pass on the day of tomorrow or anything, that job is gonna be reposted before your obituary will. So you got to think about that in terms of what should I do? Should I sit there and just work all the years and not invest nothing into a brand, something that can do generational wealth? In terms of creating, like you look at Walmart, for example. The person that created Walmart, they long and gone, but their family still reaping from them, fruits of that tree. You know what I mean? Because they created
yeah,
a generational wealth. And that's what you have to think about too, man. It's like so bad in the black community because there's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of people that can do some phenomenal work. But that old fashioned saying, you know what I'm saying? They always want them, hey, let me get it for the free. Let me get it for this, man. But you pay money in other places the full price. And you see people
yeah.
trying to make it and you just still overlook them and stuff. It's sad. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just makes you almost think though, for real.
He don't got a lot of time left.
Yep, that's a fact. So moving on to the next question, fam. So what is this project though? Escape Room. You tell us a little bit about that.
It's called There's No Escape.
No escape. Excuse
Um,
me. I
yeah.
don't want to say
So
escape room.
so this year is 2022. So it's gonna be like 10 years ago. Um, it was a prank from his friends. He got buried alive in 2010, and now towards 10 years later, he's out for revenge. But this time he's not like a ghost. He's kind of some like a demon, but a different type of demon. He's very dangerous, very angry. And the thing is, I think he's kind of like a soul snatcher. Once he takes your soul, he gets stronger. It's kind of like he was created from the shadows, and he has this, he can be quiet, noisy, anything he can. And like when you see darkness, he's coming. And then in his eyes, his vision is kind of like red. That means like blood. He's out for blood. And so he's out for revenge against the ones that bury him. And his targets is gonna be the ones that bury him in the first place. And he remembers them, and how he got resurrected. Maybe someone knows him very well, kind of like a spell to bring him back. It could be like a witch, you know.
It could be
I mean,
somebody.
hey, yeah.
You never know.
I mean,
I
could be like a spell,
yeah.
brought him back evil, and then also out for revenge, And I guess she wants them all to pay. And thing is, with this one, you can be a baby or a child, no matter what age, what you are. It's gonna kill anything or everyone in its path. He doesn't care.
Mm.
Like
That's
hell
ruthless.
walking on earth.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's ruthless. Now that's more deeper than the Freddy or Jason or a Michael or anything else. Leatherface, Ghostface, you name it. Ruthless, even more ruthless than Chucky. That's ruthless right there. Almost reminds
Yeah.
me of, and even Jeepers Creepers, I forget about that. But always remind
Has
it kind of
has no
reminds me.
weakness.
That's fact. It reminds me a lot of kind of like Slender Man in a way when you described it, but it's like a little bit more of a more kind of I say more of a ruthless, version. It like you said, from the basically shadows of death, kind of like that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
that's the one.
So I mean, I think personally, and see that what you need more of in terms of the horror movies anyway is more stories like that because people they're so sensitive nowadays to a lot of things, and I feel like that's the point when you do storytelling because that stuff happens in real life anyway. So I'm like, how can you be
Yeah,
sensitive to the fact of something that really goes on, like in real life? Like, I get it when you're sensitive about things that happen in reality, but when you sit on the film and on the TV or whatever, that's just a reality of what's really going on. So you saying that's too much, I'm sensitive to watching this, but you obviously
yes,
like to hear it because it goes on in reality. You know what I mean? You watch the news. So with filmmaking and all that, it's essentially the same. It's like by documenting. When you write a
yes,
script, it's documentation, about a storyline in a sense. And that's exactly what you're doing.
yeah, and yes, and it's kind of like for the audience, it's kind of like, do you feel sorry for the ones for the demon that's out for revenge, or are you still against it, like supporting like the survivors? Like which side you're gonna take, good or bad? It's kind of like damn, I forgot the name of the movie, the blind guy who got robbed,
Oh,
but he's blind.
Don't Breathe?
Yeah, Don't Breathe. Okay, it's
I
kind
gotta
of like,
watch that too.
you you couldn't blame him because we get robbed, so you gotta pay the price.
Yep, that's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, and that's the thing, like, with me personally, because like I said, I'm into the comedic side and also serious, like making stories. Like I got a chance to watch movies that I've been wanting to watch for a long time, and like of course, the Spike Lee joints, I watched them. Um,
Yeah,
Who else? James Cameron. I watch his movies and stuff. Michael Bay. Um, Tyler Perry's brother. Watch that. Um, who else did I watch? That's some good movies. The other people I just can't remember the name, but I mean I know
Oh,
all those people that I watch personally, and I forgot. Yeah, was Wes Craven. We talked about that earlier
yeah.
briefly a lot. So uh, and even John Carver too. I do watch Halloween and all that stuff too. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot more. The list goes on and on. So it's a lot. It's a lot of them out there. I mean, I watch a lot of people. They do a lot of dope work and stuff. You know, so F. Gary Gray,
Yes.
who did Friday. People don't know that F. Gary Gray directed Friday, and DJ Pooh was also part of the writing with along with Ice Cube, whatever. So yeah, think about that. Like I grew up watching a lot of that stuff, and I just love the storyline that they had and stuff. So I think really personally with how you got your storyline set up, you know exactly pretty much how the character develops. Now, do you know exactly how it's gonna end? Oh, you spoke on a little bit, but do you think it could like pretty much evolve into like a trilogy almost, where it's like a part
Oh
one, part
yes.
two, part three?
Oh oh yes. I think I would say it could is a possibility that this one could end in part two.
Mm,
Cause some 'cause it's kind of like sometimes you want to there's certain stories that you can evolve and keep going. Then it's some that it's kind of better to stop, leave it,
yeah,
because you don't want to overdo it, because you got to keep on having ideas of how you're gonna keep the like the characters refreshed and the stories refreshed. So I think like just two will do it for the project.
that's true. Like me personally, I always say I like trilogies and stuff like that. So it's
Yeah,
oftentimes like I always say like um if I had to start off with a character or anything like that, or a good start storyline, I would want it to end essentially just like how it started. Like go back to the
yeah.
roots of what it was and stuff like that. But I think that's definitely dope though, that you already have everything developed and already planned out. So my next question leading to this is, would you, if you had the opportunity to write, direct, produce, or even star in a horror movie, what horror movie would it be and why? Would you star in that movie or produce, direct, or whatever in that movie?
Which horror movie?
Yeah, like you want to direct, produce, star in, write, whatever. It don't matter
Oh,
whichever one you want to.
oh, easily Halloween.
Halloween.
Halloween. Easily Halloween.
Would you want to direct it or like produce it, star in it, write it,
I want to star in it.
star in it? Ain't nothing wrong with that now. Like a
I
lot of
want to
people don't
star in it.
understand though. Like me personally, if it was up to me, like I would want to be behind
Oh
writing the
yeah,
story. I would want to write it and then you also direct it. Because I feel like with writing, directing it, you kind of pretty much
yep.
looking at the vision of what you put on paper. Now
It'll
you
it'll
translate
it'll
it
be
to
pretty good.
yeah, it's solid. I mean, cause like me personally, I've never really been into. I like horror movies. I like watching them. Especially when it's around the time of October. I love watching them because it's like
Oh
October
yeah,
1st literally kicks off the 31 days of I think or 30 days of horror movie films. They come on
yeah,
AMC. They come on what's another channel? Some of them USA, but I know a lot of AMC why they play a lot of those older classic cult movies and stuff like that, horror movies and stuff. I
yeah.
think it's real cool though.
Yeah. AMC, Sci-Fi,
Sci-fi. I forget about sci-fi
and
every time.
used to be Chiller, but Chiller doesn't exist anymore. Chiller,
I used to remember them too.
but I think it'll be great. It'll be great to star and it'll be great to star in a horror movie.
I think so too. I mean, especially
Kind of like what Jamie Lee Curtis did for Halloween
oh
franchise.
my god, you ain't lying about that.
That
She like
cornerstone of the franchise.
she's she a goat in my opinion. But as far as that, like that
Yes,
established her whole career. She's been in other movies and projects and stuff, but
Halloween.
when you think of Jamie Lee Curtis, you think about Halloween.
Yes,
Literally, just think about Halloween.
and no one can replace Dr. Loomis.
Nah, definitely. I like how they did the throwback into that the last
Oh
one they did
no,
last year. I like how they did the throw. Wait, was that the doctor that was the 'cause I think they did like a little bit of a throwback almost within the one they did last year.
Todd, which one?
The one they just did
Oh
recent
yeah,
last
yeah.
year.
The flashback.
The flashback. Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
flashback.
he did that. That was pretty good. The
I'm happy.
makeup, yes, because I'm glad because they remembered and paid tribute to Donald Pleasance, because he was also the star of Halloween because he hyped up how dangerous Michael Myers was, and you
Yep.
can never forget him.
You can't. I thought that was cool they did that. I like when movies also do a little bit of flashback. They also do some
Oh
backstory.
yeah,
Cause flashbacks, to be honest with you,
yes,
flashbacks are real essential because they also foreshadow a lot within what's gonna happen
connect
in the
to
movie.
the
They
story.
connect to the storylines. And people like, why they always doing flashbacks? This and that's it. Well, flashbacks essentially let you know what's about to happen. Like Breaking Bad. I love watching Breaking Bad. It was an awesome season. I watched all episodes of it. I watched the movie El Camino. I'm still watching Better Call Saul. Like it's flashbacks that they did in Breaking Bad. Like they showed stuff and then they kind of went back and
Yeah,
stuff like that. So Breaking Bad had a lot of to me it was awesome to see how they did that. You know what I mean? Like the storyline. In my opinion, I said, man, if I could get with the director, I think his name is, I think what is it, Vince Gilligan, something like that. That was director, writer, something like that. I could be wrong, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I have not watched this stuff in a couple of years, so it's been a minute. But like
got one
watching
more
that,
season.
yeah, yeah, true, true. Better Call Saul, right? They got one more season of Better Call Saul. They're doing what is it, 6 seasons now, 5 seasons?
I think I said like 5 or 6. I think the season they make will be it's gonna be the final season.
Probably so. 'Cause I think that's where the storyline meets up with the Breaking Bad point. Cause Breaking
Yeah,
Bad, shockingly
came a long
crazy.
way.
It has, and Breaking Bad's on TV for a long time. Like I think they
Just like The
first.
Walking Dead.
Yep. Oh my God. That show definitely. What? So let me ask you this. What was the next question? What are your favorite horror movie TV shows that you like watching and that you will always keep as like a number one?
I know they probably ain't gonna base it on horror, but I gotta go with The Walking Dead though. The
Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead.
It's considered horror. It's got zombies in it. It's got graphic stuff and
Yeah.
all that in it. It's got a good storyline. It's a horror movie.
Yes.
But you got certain people out there
Yes.
that are weird and that be breaking down all the stuff. These damn narcissists and all
Yeah.
that. They be breaking down stuff. Like, nah, they ain't no horror movie.
Yeah.
Like it is. You see blood in it, it's a horror movie.
It's like real life.
Exactly. It can happen. Man, also too, fam, another question I have for you. What TV show would you want them to make into like a horror type of flick? Like based off of movie to TV show or just TV show, no movie. Like what would you want to see like out there?
That's a tough one because to be honest, there's horror games that I wouldn't mind making as a TV series.
Ooh, that'd be a first because you don't see that like that.
Yeah, because now I would say the only time I would consider Michael Myers doing a TV series if you got the whole cast like John Carpenter is in charge of Halloween. That's
No,
the only
yeah.
time I consider that.
Yes, 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 yes. That dude is phenomenal with his work. I
Yes,
much props to him. That dude's phenomenal with his work. Solid. From
came back
the
and fixed it.
He did. From the original one in 78 to 2018 coming back, which is crazy because
Yes.
that's 40 years, the 40th anniversary for that kind of flick. So, Halloween, it's really dope. I'm excited to see what happens when it turns to like 50 years since it's been like on within the film world and everything like that. I'm pretty sure they got some epic coming to the television screen or movie theaters.
Yeah, because with John Carpenter, he said that if Halloween ends do pretty good in the money, then they're gonna consider making another one.
Which I think the next step for them, it really should be a TV show, like a television show. I think that'll be different because if you can partner up with like Netflix, for example, and do it on there, have about 15 or so episodes, don't do 10. If you do 10 episodes, at least have one like an hour and 20 minutes or like something
Oh,
like
you
that.
got to.
Don't
Yeah, a
do no
little
30
longer.
minutes. Yeah, don't do no 30 minutes, but have it was a storyline that's developing. So you kind of can
Oh,
find out who is the killer or whatever like that. Or maybe he
I don't,
escapes.
I don't think I can trust Netflix.
I mean, well, I personally, I wouldn't say stars because I don't ever look at stars to kind of do stuff like that. I look at stars more like drama stuff and other
Yeah,
stuff like
cause I
that.
I like how when they did Chucky,
Yeah,
I think they put Chucky TV series, I think on Sci-Fi or USA,
yeah. I think it was USA.
and they dropped the F bomb on there.
Yeah, you can have
I'm
language and
like,
stuff like that on there.
wow, because you don't see that every day.
You don't. And people they always
Yeah,
try to
yeah, it
knock
was
the fact.
USA.
They always try to knock the fact that that stuff shouldn't be said. I'm like, it's TV, it's actors, it's storyline. It makes it what it is. You can't sit there and say, "Hey, you can't say this. Hey, you can't do that." You know what I mean? Like people have they, and I get it. You want to make sure you keep viewers coming back, but also you have people that like watching that kind of stuff. They like watching the intense
Yeah,
stories. You know what I mean? Like you said, music plays a very, very important role into what happens amongst horror movies and stuff. The anticipation.
yeah.
That's what people love. I love the anticipation that it brings because you like nervous and like, oh man, somebody's gonna get it. It's gonna happen. Like that's what I like whenever I see that in a
It's
horror movie, the
yes,
anticipation.
especially your favorite actor or your favorite cast. You want them to survive, and whoever happens to them, it makes you panic.
It does. It does. And it make you sweat too. Like I ain't been in a couple situations like that in movies where I'd be sitting there sweating just watching the TV shows.
The Walking Dead.
Yep. You be sweating like you in court, basically almost. You be sweating like that.
Yeah,
Like you finna go up to go up to the judge or something. Or you sweat like a real deal you on the plane or something like that. You just nervous. But that comes from a dope storyline though. That's how you know
yeah.
the writer has made a connection amongst the people on a level of kind of I would say in a way of spiritual kind of a connection. Not saying that it connects like that, but in terms of
Keeps you invested.
it instantly always it's kind of like you can feel what that character is kind of going through. It's kind of like a connection, basically what I mean. Not spiritual, but a lot of people
Yeah,
out there, you know what I mean. You know what I mean though. But like it's a
yeah,
connection that's drawn between a character and reality of a person. So you feel what they're going through. You know what I mean? So it's almost like you put yourself in that position. And I think storylines like that are real dope and they get the job done.
yeah. It's kind of like a Halloween 2018. Lori was traumatized, and she was feared by her by her past by Michael Myers, and she didn't know whether to run away or fight back against Michael. She
Hmm.
was struggling. She was struggling. It's like part of her wanted to kill herself, but with her, it's you can tell she evolved because she decided to stay strong and fight the evil.
That's what it takes, man. I mean, personally, I think horror movies they always have a very like sometimes they have an in-depth storyline, then sometimes they just rush to the point. Like this is some kind of super kill. I'm like, nah, I didn't like that. I feel like Buddy could have got off in the first one or the first scene, but they keep dragging on the storyline. And that's what a lot of people are like, man, why you keep dragging on the storyline? Almost kind of like how Scream is. They keep dragging on the same storyline instead of trying to make it to
Yeah,
where it can be, a whole lot different. It can be something that's wow, I did not see that coming. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, man, I
Same
haven't.
ending.
Yeah, same in every time. Oh, Ghostface is dead. Oh, next movie, he comes back
Shooting the head.
again. Yep, same. I'm like, they gotta switch it up. You know what I mean? Make it more intensifying. Like the same old storyline can also make the audience, kind of tired of seeing the same old thing, and they won't come back and support the next
Oh no.
project and it's like that. And they don't come support it, it's gonna flop. And if it flop, it's not gonna make the money
Yeah.
that it needs to. Then you're never gonna see that kind of a franchise. I would say franchise, but that kind of a I say a sequel again if it flops. You know what I mean? They won't make another one. They won't consider it. They'll just go do something else. They're gonna make damn dance movies or something like that. They won't consider it. And you have a lot of these directors and stuff like that, man, that never really directed a horror film. So it's kind of like their first one. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting too, man. James Wan, who's like big into the Saw movie.
Oh man.
James Wan is
Yes, him. Yes,
he
James
did
One,
good. He did
genius.
yes, he did good on I don't know if you saw it yet.
Lights out.
Archive. That one, and then also the TV show. He got a TV show on Netflix, a horror movie TV. It's called Archive 81. I watched the whole thing, whole season.
I think I saw. I don't
It's
think I
it's
saw that one.
it's on Netflix. Archive, I think it's Archive 81. It's real good.
Hey, anything with James One, I'm watching it.
It's very much worth it. I say that show with me rating wise, it's a it's a 9.5 out of 10. The storyline is real deep. You know, I only reason I deducted 5 points because they ain't got the other season out yet, and I ain't hear nothing. If they had other season confirmed, I'll be giving 10 out of 10, but I gave it a 9.5 out of 10.
But hey, as long as James Wan is directing, I'm in it.
James Wan is dope though. I like James Wan. James Wan, the
Yes,
Saw movie
he
franchise.
should yes he should direct Texas Chainsaw and Jeepers Creepers. He would save the franchise.
He does that. He saved franchises. I mean, like he not for my Fast and the Furious franchise that I deeply love and deeply connected with. I don't know. That shit was all messed up. I don't even know why they made the seven movie. I'm just being honest. I didn't know why they made the seven movie. When
It's
Justin,
off the set.
whenever Justin Lin walked away, whenever he walked away, that was it. And he walked away from the next movie coming up, Fast X. He walked away from that project. So I don't really know what to expect out of this next Fast and Furious franchise movie. I don't really know. All I know is if the man that did Tokyo Drift, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one, not the seventh one, he did the ninth one. He didn't do the eighth one
Yeah,
either. But he walked away from the last installment. Something ain't right. I mean, I just and that franchise itself turned into a damn Marvel universe now. Went from street
Time
racing to
Fast Furious.
yeah, went from street racing to doing something totally different now. Went from stealing
Well,
trucks to I mean my bad,
yeah,
stealing DVDs to damn near going to space with a damn Pontiac Fiero.
yeah.
Don't make no sense.
If they walked away, it probably because Vin probably drove them away. Cause he wants to be in charge.
I
That
mean,
that's why the Rock ain't coming
yeah,
back because of Vin Diesel.
yeah, man. And I really wanted The Rock to be in this because it's the last installment. Because I feel like Rock bring a whole other element to it. They got John Cena in
He
there, which
did.
he brings a different type of vibe to it, but he don't bring what Rock brought to it though. And I feel like having Cena and Rock both
No.
in there would have been pretty much that would have been big for that franchise. And they got some dope people
Yeah.
cast wise for the next installment. This is gonna be a part one and part two. So what I think they're gonna do is go ahead and film out everything, and they're not gonna release. I think maybe that's what I think. They'll have part two already filmed, or maybe wait or whatever. But I would hope that they at least film everything out. That way, then you can just release it the next year instead of making people wait because they're doing like a part one, part two type deal. So maybe one of the main characters that's in there will end up dying off or something. I don't know. Like that franchise and me, man, should have ended after the sixth one, man. I would have just called it quits
Yeah.
because after that, everything happened with Paul Walker like
Paul
that,
Walker.
man. It just kind of
Yeah.
it was just to me. I said it's kind of pointless now at this point. Like I feel like you just ended after six. Like just call it it. Because like hell, they just went away from the whole main storyline. Like I didn't even see the race from Tokyo Drift when it came out. I was waiting to see that one in the seventh. I was really excited. I was really excited. I said, "Yeah, we're gonna see who won." They go to a damn parking lot scene, but they just sit on the hood of the car. I said,
Are you
"Well,
talking Tokyo Drill?
they ended it off. It was an end off with the big race they had, and I was waiting for years, to my years to see this damn race. Looked on all the websites I could, forums, reviews. Who won? Who won? People saying he did. People saying he did. I'm like, no, who really won? So when the seven movie came out, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of watched all the leaked pictures and all that, so I knew more about the movie when it came out. But like when I saw it in the theaters, I was like, they didn't show the race. People in there was like, what? They didn't show the race, man. What? I was like, yeah, I feel y'all pain. So we ought to throw damn tomatoes at that screen. It was just, man, it sucked. And I said to myself, if I ever directed or wrote for that movie, we're gonna make sure we capitalize off of what happened maybe 10, 15 some years ago. That is embarrassing, man. They don't finish off a damn storyline, man. You need that. I'm a fan. I
Yeah.
want to see exactly what happened. So I need you to display that. But they didn't. They just went ahead and did their own thing, which is wrong with that franchise. That's wrong with a lot of franchises now. They don't really take pride into this to the audience and what people want to
No.
see. They want to do what I think this is dope for this character. No, like these characters you think about, they haven't evolved much to me within that franchise or any other franchise. Like a lot of these characters don't evolve. You know what I mean? Like they just kind of the same, but it's like, wait a minute, will they die this movie or the next movie they make? Like, will they it's like
Yeah.
anticipation, man. You guessing and they keep on dragging this shit out. Like, no, don't keep dragging it out because that money they're making, really. I said, damn, the
Yeah.
money.
Cause it's kind of like if you watch Jeepers Creepers 3, you're not gonna be scared. It's like you're gonna be laughing at the movie because the movie was ridiculous. and it's like you they wasn't taking that movie serious. They wasn't taking Jeepers Creepers serious. I mean, it was just a waste even making part three.
I mean, man, they just get these storylines, man, and just do it because of the money they can make, and you be sometimes messing up some good classic movies. Like I feel like some classic movies don't need a remake. I just feel like, I mean, if you're gonna do a remake, keep the same cast at least. And I feel like this too. It would be interesting if they did a horror movie and didn't kill off anybody and that was a main kind of character, you know? Because Scream kind of kept it, well, not all their main character. They killed them off in the first one, but if you kind of keep it like an origin story where it shows you stuff, how
Yeah,
they get to that point, and then you kind of leave on a note with maybe the character is finna go out into this world and become just a real deal, a crazy psyched out, killer essentially. That will do a lot because you don't see it like that. Story developments, the origin stories are
yeah,
very important, in my opinion.
yeah. I mean, yeah, because like you can have the right casting, but at the end of the day, it's all about how you execute from start to finish. Like sometimes it's gonna be slow, but then later on it's gonna get picked up. And then another thing too, you can have a good storyline, and then the ending will end the whole movie because the ending was bad or it didn't make sense. And you like how, but how? I mean
Yep,
that's how it is. Like it ruins the whole movie. The ending does
it
because
does.
they get lazy towards the end.
That's true. That is very much true. And like I said, fam, personally, I just really did hope that you can come in and save the game. And that I can have an opportunity to start one of your projects, work with you on your projects, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Um, closing out, fam, is anything that you want to tell the people like, in terms of collabing, supporting, going on any social media platforms. I'm gonna put it all at the end of the video anyway. But if you want to shout it out, anything, shout out anyone, anything like that, go ahead and do what you gotta do. The floor is yours yet again.
Well, I'll make sure to send you my Snapchat, Instagram. I mostly be on Instagram and Snapchat. I have a
Okay.
Twitter too. I'll be there sometimes, not all the time. But and I have a YouTube channel also. So I have probably like 4 videos saved on YouTube, gaming, but pretty soon it's gonna be skits and horror movies. So you guys want to check that out? I'm gonna leave it to him to post it, and then wherever you guys get on mine, I'll make sure you guys have a lifetime entertaining. And then anytime you want to come visit, collab, be part of the project, you're welcome to. We're here to help each other out, support each other, and we need a distraction in this world because a lot of things going on. So we need a lot of entertaining to have some good days, good weeks, good weekend. Especially now it's football season, but still
Grind
a lot of
season.
things in this world is happening. So we
Yep.
need distraction, and hopefully, me and my cousin, we're gonna be doing a lot of shit, projects. So to keep you guys entertained, and then sometimes you guys might join us.
Yep.
It might be some prizes.
Yep.
So be on the lookout for that.
I mean, like I said, we got a lot of stuff in the works, man. Like I ain't gonna lie, we've been chopping up for a long time just about collabing and stuff. And I feel
Yeah,
like it's important that we kind of just all keep everything you know in the same direction in terms of getting to the success. You know what I mean? Like being a part of the journey, man. Like helping you out, collabing with you, and vice versa. I feel like that's important because you need more of that. You know what I mean?
yeah, helping each other, not keep each other down. It's going nowhere but jealousy.
Yep, that's a fact. That And fam, I'm gonna put everything like I said at the end of the video and stuff like that. Like so I'm gonna make sure people can hit you up or contact you if you want to. You can send a like a username stuff like that. You can send it on like you can put it on notes or whatever like that. And I'll go from
Yeah,
there. I'll have everything posted real cool for people to check out. I always try to make when the guests come on that people can go for all they platforms and check out, stay updated with the work. If they want to get it on projects, they can. stuff like that. I just love helping out, anyone that has a platform. Like that's what this is for. If you have a platform, a business, anything like that, you want to come on, you can come on here, shout it out. Everything is all love over here. It's always
Oh
from the
yeah.
heart. So that's why I do what I do. Saying interact and talking to you. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of y'all don't know this. Briefly before I close it out, we had a little bit of technical difficulties earlier. So instead of being like, "Hey, we'll call it off for the night," we still kept going because this was important for me to get tonight. I told Cuzzo I was going to do it tonight, and we did it. So that goes to show you that you don't ever quit whenever there's things that come upon in life. When there's things trying to detour you away, you just
Yeah.
keep pushing. So, like I said, I mean, again, fam, man, just thank you, man, for, giving the opportunity to interview you, talk to you briefly. Like I said, it's been a blast. I know it's not the last, so
Oh
I
no.
just, I'm really excited for the future because like I said the documented process is going to be everything. You know what I'm saying? Man, as always much love from over here. All the projects that's coming up and the ones that haven't been, written out yet or whatever. I know they're gonna be dope. Like I said, I know everything you do, man. We
Oh yeah.
all gonna be kicked soon to say all this, we all gonna be kicked back, just relaxing because we work so hard and our families are gonna, reap those kind of fruits of the tree that, we planted in terms of putting the seed down, watering every day, you know what I mean? And just
Yeah.
seeing how it all panned out, you know what I'm saying, and not how it's all just beautiful and everything. So like I said, I'm excited for that, fam. And man, again, I appreciate it, man. Like this dope, man. Like this means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? This is the first fam that I got on here. You know what I mean? In the podcast. Bro. So anything you want to leave out real
Yeah.
quick, fam? Because like I said, we got like probably a few seconds left. Anything you want to say or you want to go ahead and close it out now?
I want to say thank you for having me. Yeah, thank you for having me on your podcast. Hope we can do it again soon. Jaws out.
Jaws out. Y'all heard him, man. This your boy, Toss with DP. And we're wrapped up again. Stay tuned for the next episode. We out of here.